Hello everyone, welcome to the Strategy Meeples YouTube channel. I'm Kapil, and today we'll be looking at yet another game from the Castles of Burgundy Experts and Above tournament. So this is a game that happened between Ra1ro and Thomas, and this game was played on board number 4. So let's get into the game. So Ra1ro is player number 2 and Thomas is player 1. And both these players decide to actually not start at the same place. Ra1ro decides to start at the left castle position and their opponent decides to start at the right castle position. In most of my games, I usually start at this position. I don't think I've ever started at this position on this board, just because it's kind of restrictive. Like, even though you have access to these two castles and a lot of water, I guess you have access to this region of 1, whereas starting on the left gives you access to this region of 1, this region of 1, and this region of 2. So that can score a lot of points early on. But yeah, let's see how both of these players get into the game. So there's 2 mines available. There's yellow tile number 13, there's yellow tile number 14, and yellow tile number 8. I think the strongest tile on the board right now is yellow tile number 13. It gives you a silver every time you take workers, so that's a really strong move. It removes your dependency on mines. And there's exactly 2 water. So Ra1ro could take both the water too if they want to. I mean, Thomas could. Actually, Thomas cannot take both the water. They can probably only just take one of the waters. So let's see what moves these players make. Okay, so Thomas right away goes for both the mines on the board, ensuring that they will complete this region of 2. Okay. So Ra1ro picks up yellow tile number 13. This is again like a really strong yellow tile. I would say one of the top 3 tiles in the game. And with the 3, they pick up a bank. Okay, so 1 and a 2 for their opponent Thomas. They pick up a water and place a mine. Ra1ro has 2 and a 6. So with the 6, they place the bank. And with the 2, they spend 2 workers to take a water. Okay. And they also buy yellow tile number 14. So they have like a really strong combo here. Every time they take workers, they are getting 4 instead of 2. And they're also getting a silver from yellow tile number 13. So that is an extremely strong combo to set up in phase A. Okay, their opponent with a 1 and a 3. So they just take workers and complete their mines. And Ra1ro places yellow tile number 13, and with the 2 they just take workers. Okay, 1 and a 5 for their opponent and 5 and a 5 for Ra1ro. Okay, their opponent places the boarding house and Ra1ro places yellow tile number 14. So now when they take workers, they got 4 workers and a silver. So that is really strong. They could even buy the boarding house if they wanted to. Okay, 2 and a 6 for their opponent. Okay, so they place the church, take the castle. And Ra1ro is buying the boarding house. So they'll place the boarding house and I'm assuming they'll place the water. I'm trying to think where. I think they can just place it here even though it costs them a lot of workers. Okay, so they decide to go for the church here. That I find interesting over completing this region of buildings over here. I guess their reasoning probably was that they want to go into the new round with more than 2 silver so that they don't have to take workers to get a silver. So this enables them to do that. So Ra1ro is definitely going for yellow tile number 15. And then there's yellow tile number 5 and yellow tile number 17 on the board as well. Their opponent rolls a 1 and a 4. Okay, so they decide to discard their castle to pick up, discard their church to pick up yellow tile number 15 and take 2 water from the board. Okay, their opponent with a 1 and a 4. Okay. So their opponent is rushing towards completing this region of 5 buildings down here. They've also picked up the market, which will enable them to get some of these animals and start working towards one of these region of animals as well. Ra1ro with a 6 and a 3. So with the 6 they complete this 3 region of yellow tiles, and with the 3 they pick up the castle. Actually they take a water, then they pick up the castle. Okay, 1 and a 4 for Ra1ro. So they take workers and then place the castle, which allows them to take a mine. And their opponent rolls a 4 and a 5. So I think they place the yellow tile with the 4, place the castle with the 5, and probably place the market, I think. Or they could even take the town hall. Yeah, they should probably take the town hall after placing the castle. Okay, I think that works too. Okay, Ra1ro completes their region of 3 yellows, places the mine. Your opponent should probably just take the town hall and place it. Okay, so Ra1ro with the 1 and a 4, so they pick up the warehouse, complete that region of 2, sell some goods, and with the 4 they can place the water and pick up more goods. Okay, their opponent has a 2 and a 6. Okay, so we are in phase C, and currently Ra1ro is at 58 points and Thomas is at 60 points. And so it's almost even, and their opponent, or Thomas, has completed this region of 5 buildings, whereas Ra1ro is kind of pushing towards completing their water. And with the 4 they pick up a church. With the 3 they place the church, pick up a mine, and take a water from the middle. I think this is giving Thomas the opportunity to take away both the castles from the board. So let's see if they do that. Yep. So Ra1ro with a 4 and a 1, so they place a mine. With the 4 and with the 1 they sell goods. So their opponent has the town hall, so they could even just take an animal and place the town hall with the 5, place the animal, and then they'll be able to place the castle. So that is a really strong move. Ra1ro with a 5 and a 2. So they pick up yellow tile number 6, which can be a really strong tile to have with ships on the board, because it lets you pick up tiles from oh no, it's actually, the more you sell, this tile allows you to buy a tile from anywhere on the board using your silver, not just from the black market. Okay. You can see there's like a huge pile of goods on these 2 depots, 3 over here and 2 over here. Let's see what Thomas does. I think they definitely want to go for these cows, but I'm also tempted by the market over here. I'm thinking place the castle, take the market, place the market, take the cows, something like that. Yeah, that's pretty good too. So they end up taking the carpenter's workshop, and then they place the castle, place the carpenter's workshop, get the market, place the market, get a water. Okay, Ra1ro takes workers, places yellow tile number 6. Taking workers is probably the strongest action for Ra1ro, because it gives them 4 workers, so 2 additional workers plus a silver, so that is really strong. Their opponent with a 1 and a 3. Okay, Ra1ro with the 5 and a 3, so with the 5 they sell goods. They buy a water from anywhere on the board, and with a 3 they place it and pick up these 2 stack of goods. Thomas with the 5 and a 3. So they do pick up the cows and place the cows. Okay. So we are in phase number D, and Ra1ro just needs 1 water to finish their region of 4 and all the water on the board. Their opponent needs some buildings to finish this region of 5 buildings, and then they can finish this region of 2 either in this round or in the final round. There's a lot of markets on the board, and the yellow tile bonus for the market also showed up, so that's interesting. And yellow tile number 10 isn't that strong in phase D. Both these players are after the mine, because the mine will let them complete all of their mines and get the 5-point bonus for it. So let's see if Ra1ro ends up getting the mine or not. They could actually take the castle, place the castle, take the mine, and take animals maybe, or the ship. Let's see. Oh yeah, they can buy a tile from anywhere, so they end up buying yellow tile number 20, because it's technically 8 points for Thomas, but since so many markets showed up, it's definitely 12 points for them, because they would have placed a market over here as well. Thomas with the 1 and a 6. So they are going for ships and water. Ra1ro is also kind of pushing to complete at least this region of 5 buildings right now. Okay, so their opponent is kind of pushing towards this region of 4 water as well. They definitely want some animals for these regions, so let's see if they get it. Ra1ro takes a tile from the board and sells goods. The opponent takes a market, takes more animals. Final 4 turns of phase D. Ra1ro places the market, picks up the 2 lone sheep, and with the 6 they place the bonus for the market. Okay. The opponent places a water, places the other water. Okay, final 2 rounds of this phase, so 2 and a 5 for Ra1ro and 2 and a 5 for Thomas as well. So take workers and yeah, just buy a water with your tile number 6, and then they can place the water. Their opponent with the 5 and a 2. Okay, so their opponent just needs, or Thomas just needs 1 water to complete this region of 4 water over here, and they still need 1 more animal to finish their region of animals. And yellow tile number 25 showed up, which is really strong. Yellow tile number 26 also showed up, which gives you 2 points for each large or small bonus tile you own. So that can be beneficial to both these players as well. Okay. So let's actually look at the buildings that their opponent can put over here. So they could use either this building, or which is the same as this, which is the same as this. And what else? They can use this and they can use this. So if Ra1ro ends up picking both of these buildings, their opponent won't be able to finish this region of 5. Let's see if that ends up happening. Yep. So Ra1ro actually does not, since they already bought from the black market, they are not taking the bonus for yellow tiles. That is interesting. I mean the bonus for selling goods, yellow tile number 25. Okay. So this is a pretty good turn of events for Thomas, because now they can complete the water. But not only that, they're also getting a lot of points for all the goods that they've sold so far. And they pick up the animals, so even though they cannot finish their building region of 5, they can still complete all their animals. Okay. Okay, this I find a little interesting. Now the score is 134 to 129. And the fact that their opponent picked up yellow tile number 23 instead of going for the water, I find that really interesting, because if Ra1ro wants, they could just discard this sheep and pick up both the water on the board right now with 4 and 6. And that will block their opponents from completing this region of 4 water. So it will be a 10, 11, 12 plus 2, 14 point block if Ra1ro does it. And I think they do not want to do that. Okay, so they are letting their opponents get away with the water. Yeah, at no point Ra1ro blocked their opponent from completing this water. I find that really interesting. I think they're assuming that they have a lot of yellow points, but their opponent has also picked up a decent chunk of these yellow tiles. So we'll see how it shapes out. So final turn of the game, their opponent with a 3 and a 5. So Thomas places the water. And it's Ra1ro wins with 203 and Thomas had 195. Ra1ro ends up getting 30 points from yellow tiles and their opponent gets 17 points. But it's still only an 8-point game, which is really close, I would say, given the huge lead that Ra1ro had in terms of like the control for water and just blocking their opponent. I think blocking both of these waters would have been a better move for Ra1ro. Just probably increase that gap to probably like at least 15 points, I think. But yeah, that was the game. Another really strong game by both these players. If we look at some of the statistics for this game. So points with bonus tiles was 17 for Ra1ro, 12 for their opponents, only a 5-point difference here. Points with watchtowers, Ra1ro placed 1. Points with animals, so Ra1ro got 2, but their opponent got 26. Points with regions was almost even. Points with sold goods was like a 6-point difference, so not that bad. And points with yellow tile, so Ra1ro got like a 13-point lead over their opponent in this one. But yeah, really interesting game. Stay tuned for the next game from this tournament. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.